Hey, what's up internet? Welcome to a then and now video that I haven't done in a very long time. But today I'm going to be taking a look at Cyberverse Warrior Megatron versus Cyberverse Deluxe Megatron, because they're both the two affordable versions of this character that look the best. So I figured we'd take a look at them because one came out the end of last year and one came out the year previous. So this is just a shot of both of them sitting with their packaging and accessories. Some brief information: Warrior Megs was released in 2018 as part of the Warrior class Cyberverse toy line, which was directed towards kids, the one on the left, and Deluxe Megs was released in 2019 as part of the Deluxe lineup of Cyberverse toys for both kids and adults, the one on the right. And here is just a quick shot at the back of both of their packagings. The Deluxe Megatron having a very similar box style to the Deluxe Studio Series figures, whereas the Warrior class toy having a similar packaging style to the Warrior class toys from RID, which preceded this toy line. Now, the difference between this Warrior class and the previous Warrior class is that this one is mainly focused on a gimmick rather than the articulation and transformation as the old Warrior class was. So Warrior class Megatron here in tank mode is a boxy looking tank full of holes. It's not the best looking tank mode in the world. It does look neat, but when you look at it next to the deluxe one, you can see all of the faults. Like, all the panels are missing, it's hollow, there's gaps. It does have some nice detail on the front of the tank, and on the sides you got those little guns there. The massive cannon on the top. The arms are just clearly hanging out there. He does have missile pods right on the sides, which are the bottom of his feet. Underneath, you can kind of see how the whole thing's going to work, because there's really nothing hiding any part of this toy. The mace is sticking out there, which is kind of an eyesore because of the color. And that's the biggest gap on the toy, as you can see my hand running through it. But overall, it does its job for a $20 toy. This was $20 at the time of its release in Canada. I paid $8, so for $20, it's not bad. So Deluxe Class Megatron comes with a Build-A-Figure piece, like I mentioned earlier, for Mac Adam from the show, and this is Mac Adam's torso, which is very nicely detailed. The ball joints do have a different material of plastic being used, as opposed to the more dense-looking ABS plastic for the body. And he also comes with a blast effect part, which is really nice, akin to the Siege figures. This is a sort of choom effect. It comes in two pieces, so it pulls apart just like that, and you can put it back together. And it's a really nice inclusion, I like that. Now on to Megatron itself. The Deluxe is seamless. It looks very nice, it's very streamlined, it has a lot more detail to it, it's more flat, so it's not like bumpy and weird looking as the original one was. It's not very big, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. He is still gappy as well at the back, which is unfortunate, but that seems like it's a problem with all of the tank Megatrons. Underneath, you can also see how he's going to work out, but it's a little bit more well hidden. Again, some very nice detail, a lot of nice paint work on the tank as well. The cannon looks nice. The cannon does not move, and I forgot to mention earlier, the cannon on the other one does go up and down, but the cannon here is more proportional to the actual tank. And yeah, it doesn't go up or down, but these missile pods do rotate, and you can remove them just like that and put them on the sides if you would like. But the instructions say to put them on the what's that called, the turret, so we'll just leave them there. You can take the blast effect and plug it into the cannon to make it look like he's chooming at people. That sounds really wrong. To make it look like he's shooting at people. And you can take it off, and there's a little peg at the back. You can plug it in there to make it look like he's about to, fly away from you, or, boost. So transformations of both figure. The Warrior class is much easier. The Deluxe class is still easy, but it's very complex. However, the Deluxe suffers from extremely loose joints, and it's not just my copy. I've seen a lot of other people's have this problem. So as you can see, a piece just flew off as well. So the Deluxe is a lot more finicky than the Warrior. I enjoy transforming the Warrior class figure more, I will say that. And it doesn't take that long to do the Warrior class figure, but he has his faults in robot mode, which we will get to. See? The knees, they will not stay. So Warrior class Megatron here is probably the one that has the best proportions of the two. Deluxe Megatron has a very tiny head, very slim, long legs and a very shrunken, skinny torso, as opposed to the on-screen model, which looks a lot more like the Warrior class version does. The cannon on Deluxe Megatron is more proportional though, and you can actually pose his left arm, but we'll get to that when I get to the articulation standpoint. There's more paint detail on the Deluxe than there is on the Warrior, and it overall just looks nicer, but I still prefer the proportions of the Warrior over the Deluxe. So, Warrior class Megatron, like I said, has the best proportions, but it does lack a lot of paint detail. But he has the better looking... The thing that gets me for this toy that makes it feel better than the other one is the legs. The legs are extremely screen accurate, as opposed to the Deluxe, which is not. The head sculpt is pretty nice. It's just standard Megatron. It's nothing special. He does have that nice red paint on the torso, along with the arms, and then the black. And that and the Decepticon logo, and that's about it for paint, really, on this toy. I mean, the eyes as well. The detail, the molded detail does look nice. It's very simple, like the cartoon, but it looks nice. I quite like it. The cannon is way too big, but again, it's not going to shrink it down because that's going to make the toy cost more than it does. So, yeah, he does have this ugly peg sticking out of the back there. Okay. Deluxe Megatron has very weird proportions. He's very slim and long, which I don't quite like, and the bits on his shoulders stick out way too much. He's got hollow legs and he's got a backpack. You kind of see where I'm going with this. I don't like this figure's looks as much as I like the Warrior's looks. However, this does have better paint detail, better molding, and a much accurate head sculpt because it's got a bigger chin than the Warrior does. The Decepticon logo looks much nicer too, I will say. There's more detail on the chest, painted in yellow and blue and red. You have the missile pods on the sides. You got that more proportional, more accurate looking cannon. It just looks nicer than the Warrior, in my opinion, paint-wise. So articulation on the Warrior, the head does not move at all, unfortunately. The arm on the right rotates, it goes out all the way. You can use the transformation joint as like an outward butterfly. He does have a soft ratcheted arm, which I don't know why you have a soft ratcheted arm. The cannon can rotate still because it's on that joint. The left arm just does that. You pull the lever and it pops a mace out. The hips are on ball joints, no thigh swivel. The knees bend just under 90 degrees. Again, they are soft ratcheted, which again is odd because these soft ratchets do tend to crush themselves. As you can see, I've had this toy for about a day since shooting this video and the knees are already crushed, which is unfortunate. But it seems like it's going to hold itself up anyways without those ratchets, so that's fine. Deluxe class Megatron is a ball joint at the head, very loose ball joint at the head. The shoulders, very loose, can go in and out. They can rotate a full 360 degrees. He has a dedicated butterfly joint, which is something I cannot stress enough is amazing. He has ball jointed elbows, which allow for a bicep swivel. You do get a wrist swivel here, which is very nice. You don't see that on a lot of Studio Series figures. He has a waist joint, which is kind of a bit loose. Hips are extremely loose. They can go in and out. If you notice, there's tissue in there. That's to keep them stable for this video. He has a thigh swivel, 90-degree bend at the knee, which is very loose, and the feet can go forward and back and have an ankle pivot. So he will make Shartimus Prime very proud. But he falls over. That's the problem with this toy, is the joints right out of the box. Just the QC on this toy is abysmal. It's terrible. You can see that there's the tissue I was talking about. All of the joints are way too loose. I had to put tissue in the knee, in the hips, and tissue in the shoulders, and I can't do anything about the knees. Now, the gimmick of Warrior class Megatron is that mace. You pull on that little tab thingy, and it shoots the mace out. And you can flail it around. I wish the string was longer. I wish the arm wasn't impeded by it, but, I mean, this is not meant for me. This is meant for kids. To retract the mace, you just pull the little lever at the back, and it clicks into place. And now you're left with that. Deluxe Megatron has the gimmick of the effect part in the cannon. So you can put that there if you want. You can also still attach it to the back and make it look like he's flying. But one cool thing you can do, the reason why he has the butterfly joints is so that he can hold his cannon in a specific way. You just orient the arms like this, plug the cannon into those handles, and it uses the butterfly joints to make him hold the cannon like that. I don't know why this is a thing on the toy, but hey, it's a thing you can do, which is pretty cool. I'm never going to do it after this video, but hey. And here comes, in my opinion, the better gimmick is Warrior Megatron. So overall, both Megatrons have their faults and their strong points. You do get a lot of cool things with the Deluxe, the removable cannon, which is more accurate, the 2 blast effect parts, and the Build-A-Figure piece. The Build-A-Figure piece kind of relies on you getting all of the toys, which is the reason they make it, so you can buy all their toys. But I do like the amount of accessories you get with the Deluxe. The Warrior class figure, though, has the better proportions. The arms and legs and torso are more proportionate to each other versus the Deluxe, which is very slender and skinny and doesn't really match the on-screen counterpart in that department. The legs alone on the Warrior class figure make me like it more than the Deluxe. And it's that joint issue. So Deluxe Megatron is $30 in Canada. So you're paying $30 for something you're going to have to fix out of the box. It's like buying Deluxe Class Studio Series Shatter. You don't want to. So if you really want a good Deluxe Megatron from Cyberverse, then I'd say yeah, get it. If you want a complete Mac Atom, then yeah, get it. But I honestly would recommend the Warrior Class version if you're just going to have it standing there on a shelf like most people. If you're going to be messing around with it, if you're like a kid, you're going to be playing with it, still Warrior Class is better, but if you're like a teenager playing with it, then the Deluxe. But that's my recommendation. I like the Warrior Class version just a little bit more. If I were to give it a score out of 10, I'd probably give the Warrior a 7 and the Deluxe a 6. So that's my final verdict. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment if you have your own opinion about which one you like better. I'd love to know. Leave that in the description, not the description, in the comments below. Bionicle Journey to Home is finished, so that will be uploaded soon. Trailers will be linked in cards and description, so you can check that out. And make sure you subscribe if you like this content. So thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.